early in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll if they need me.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we got 302BIRDS, Jalen stinks. Go Birds! Oh my gosh, chat.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS. Little Sippin' Sports reunion. As KJ said earlier, we got Dalton, Mac, and Chaos Chris on the mic. Shout out to Jaden, backstage, our producer, holding it down in the house. But we got an awesome show for you guys tonight. And without further ado, I know these lines are going to be buzzing, so let's just go ahead and hit the call-in intro, brought to you by El Diablo Burritos.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking you how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
Thank you to El Diablo Burritos for sponsoring that segment. Also want to give a huge shout out to two sponsors specifically, being Fusco's Water Ice. If you guys aren't, go get some Wild Cherry, Fusco's Water Ice. Be like KJ McCoy, eat all your buddies' Fusco Water Ice in his freezer because it's so dang good. And I also want to give a shout out.
Crack the what's it called? The actual like plastic cup.
And he cracked the container because he was trying to get so much water ice out. So shout out to Fusco's. And also shout out to Balboa Steaks. You can go get a steak for during the game and some Fusco's for after the game. But go ahead and dial up that line. We got the Rothman calling in. Steven, it's do or die night for the Phillies. How you feeling?
Not good. Not good at all. Because this is the exact same lineup. Once again, the same lineup. Beto's out with a hamstring injury, but he's able to pitch hit tonight. God bless his soul if he is. And what I'm hearing that if he gets on base, then they're gonna have to pitch one for him. Like seriously, like you did 2 nights ago. Okay, good luck with that. Because it's like you can't one for shit anyway. The Phillies are wearing the powder blues tonight.
Yep.
And I have an iffy feeling about that. Very iffy feeling. And I don't want to be a pessimist, but I'm thinking that the Phillies might actually win tonight in the powder blues. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that they're going to probably pull it out tonight. I got a good feeling that they're going to win tonight because they need the revenue. They need another game. I mean, Chris, you're our guest. We'll let you take it first and we'll kick it to KJ. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to win these next 2 games and bring it back to game 5 just to fuck with us.
Yep.
They're wearing powder blue because they're a bunch of babies. They suck. I'm fucking tired of this team. It's the same bullshit as it was last year. And they're just going to extend the inevitable and get absolutely destroyed at home. Nick Castellanos, I hope you get the fuck out of Philadelphia. I don't want to hear you bitch one more fucking time. You know, you can say all you want, about the rest of the team, you don't say anything about the fans. You got booed because you guys fucking sucked. You're getting no hit by Blake Snell. Never say a damn thing about Philadelphia fans again. Get the fuck out. Take your $100 million with you.
Yeah, and your freaking opinion saying that freaking Scooby-Doo is a freaking superhero. Get the freak out of here. Exactly. I mean, Nick Castellanos is a freaking idiot. I've never liked his attitude. I've always thought that he honestly is just a stupid guy. And in general, though, he just swings at the freaking dirt. And it's aggravating to see him be like that. And it's just like, I mean, to be like that and talk about the fans like that, I mean, like, dude, you've barely been playing. You've been benched for a reason because you've been swinging at freaking balls in the dirt. So it's like, come on, man. It makes no sense that he's complaining about this. It honestly reminded me of like the Scott Rowland times. Like it reminded me of that when like he used to complain about the Philly fans. And it's funny because one of your teammates, Bryce Harper, understands the Philly fans. He said, I would boo me, to be honest, as well. I mean, we're playing like crap right now. He's like, I want them to boo me. I want them to know that. So it's like really annoying that we got one guy on one side and the other guy on the other side, but it's like they're teammates. So it freaking aggravates the hell out of me that I mean, some of these players have not listened to what Jimmy Rollins said a couple months ago when he was saying, you got to be freaking tough to play in this city. You can't be soft. And they obviously did not listen to what Jimmy Rollins said. Not at all.
Now, Roth, I know we got a couple more people trying to call into the show, but we'll give you a couple minutes here. Anything you want to say before we go into the game tonight?
Yes. So why the hell is Aaron Nola pitching tonight? Okay. His EOA is 6.0. And what Rob Thompson said in his press conference, oh, well, Nola's going to pitch and Ranger Suarez is going to piggyback. Where the hell was Ranger Suarez for Game 2 and Game 1? Where the hell he was at? He was in the bullpen the whole time. We didn't see one single thing of him. Was there a health issue? He said no. But why the hell is Nola pitching tonight? I have a bad feeling about Nola tonight. I just do.
I'm going to tell you why. Because Rob Thompson is on drugs right now. He's on drugs. Something's going wrong. He's doing something. I don't know what the hell's going on. But how in the hell do you want to go out game 3 on the verge of literally getting eliminated? You have a chance to get eliminated tonight in LA. And you bring out Aaron Nola, who is honestly an overrated pitcher. He's got a bunch of Phillies fans who love to just honestly do certain things. And I'm not going to say what they do and whatever, but like they love Aaron Nola for no reason. And the guy is washed up. He didn't deserve. He's overrated as heck. He did not deserve that contract that we gave him about a year and a half ago. And it's aggravating because the guy gives up runs and home runs and hits. He'll do that. So hopefully we just have him for 2 innings and Thompson just pulls him out. Hopefully. If he stays out longer, we're going to lose.
Yeah, and on top of that, you just took Ranger Suarez basically out of Phillies uniform forever. He's a free agent in less than a month. And you say, you know what? You're not one of our top 3 pitchers. Actually, you're not one of our top 4 pitchers because Wheeler's hurt. So you're going to pitch Aaron Nola, who had a 6 ERA this year over him. And if you look at Ranger Suarez statistically in the playoffs, he's fucking dominant. I think he's 6-0 or 6-1 with like a less than 2 ERA. Like he is fucking elite in the playoffs. And you're like, nah, let's start Aaron Nola. We saw enough from him this year. He's good enough. Like it's so sickening. Unfortunately, I don't think this pitching matchup is really going to matter at all because it's all about the bats. And the bats are colder than ice. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Definitely. And one more thing. Okay, the Eagles play tomorrow night on Amazon Prime. Do you all think the Eagles will beat the Giants?
Hell yeah.
I didn't know it was on Amazon Prime. That kind of just ruined my week because I got to figure out a way to watch the game. But
I'm over.
I do think that the Eagles, thank you, Mac. I appreciate the invite.
Oh, no, that wasn't me. That was Chris.
Not just beat the Giants, Oh, Chris, thank you, Chris.
That was-
Yeah, I might have to take you
I
up
mean,
on
you're
that.
invited to my house too, but I'm not going to be there. So
It's all good.
Yeah.
The point is, I do think that the Eagles will beat the hell out of the Giants in this game. Like, I think that this could be an ugly one for the Giants. We have a way of winning at the Meadowlands, and the Eagles are pissed that they lost last week. And the Giants are in just such a weird place. Like, I don't know. I could see the Eagles coming out and winning this game like 35-10 or something like that.
yeah, they definitely should win this game. I mean, if somehow out of freaking a bat out of hell that the freaking Giants somehow pull off an upset like crazy, I mean, and Jackson Dart goes off, then obviously I'll be concerned. But yeah, I think right now the Giants don't really have. I don't even think they have Slayton tomorrow. They're not going to have a lot of receivers out there tomorrow. So a lot of inactive receivers, and the receiving core right now is definitely down.
And Roth, we're gonna have to hang up here. I just want to bring in Broad before it goes, but we appreciate you calling in.
Not a problem.
All right,
Call from
go ahead, KJ. Finish your point, and then we'll get it to Broad
to
Sports
accept
right
press
after.
1 to send a voicemail.
I mean, I pretty much summed it up. You're good.
Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss that. What's up, Broad?
You're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your fucking engines for a game 3 that Rob Thompson is waving the white flag for. Get ready for a disaster class tonight. Get ready. Well, by the way, I'm kind of pissed off at that 9 o'clock tonight. That pisses me off, first of all.
Yeah, let's make us stay
Make us
up
fucking suffer.
to just suffer. Yeah.
Because now
West
I
Coast
got to stay
fancies
up
over there.
until midnight. I got to stay up until midnight watching this dog shit team. Okay, that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm delusional. And I know, Chris has some different opinions coming into this game, and I felt the same way. But there's something not right mentally with me. Where this team right now, I'm delusional. That edit I posted and I watched 8,000 times today. I am so ready for this game. I know they're going to lose. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably going to lose because the team has no fight.
Yeah.
They're heartless. They're gutless. They're lifeless. But I tell you this, though. I think that they got to take it game by game. It's not impossible for them to win the game. It's not impossible. And it's not impossible for them to win this series. I know it's going to be tough, right? But they got to take it game by game. You got to go one game at a time. But when I look at Nola, you're throwing this one away. You're just throwing it. And then hoping that Nola can go 2 or 3 innings, and then you can piggyback with Ranger. But then you don't even know if Ranger's healthy, right? Like, they say people are skeptical that Ranger's still hurt when they got drugged with the ball against the Twins a couple weeks ago. So maybe that's the problem. But I'll tell you this: you win tonight, right? You win. You win tonight, whether it's a blowout, 1-run game. You win tonight, and the Dodgers. There's pressure on the Dodgers. The Dodgers have to win at home. The Dodgers have to close out the Phillies because I promise you, the Dodgers or any team does not want to come back to South Philly for a Game 5 where it could go either way. So you win tonight. Pressure's on Los Angeles to win the game Thursday, Game 4, and you come out and you play some good baseball. You keep it close, whatever. And if you're able to force a Game 5, dude, I'm telling you, you just got to take it one game at a time, though. I'm delusional. I'm fucking nuts. I'm delusional. But there's, I agree with everybody. I agree with Chris, right? The season's over, right? I do agree. Like, that's what my brain's telling me is this is over, right? Let's blow it up. Rob's going, let's say that. But I'm telling you right now, my heart, my gut is telling me, don't give up, fight yet. Don't give up, fight yet. Wait till it happens tonight. Because maybe this team – because here's the thing. I want you guys to think about this. This baseball team right now, I don't believe they have any pressure, right? Like, they're rolling in the Dodger Stadium thinking, well, our fan base gave up on us already. So if we lose tonight, they already think we're going to lose. So what the fuck's the difference if we lose? Yeah, like that's they're rolling in there with nothing to lose. The Dodgers are going in there up 2-0. And if you're able to win tonight, I'm telling you, the pressure is on the Dodgers. Look at the Diamondbacks, man. They were down 0-2 in the NLCS. The Phillies blew it. The Diamondbacks came back. Anything can happen. this Phillies team has won 3 straight games like 11 times this year, something like that. It's not impossible for them to do it. You win tonight, you put pressure on the Dodgers game 4, and you bring it back to Philly where anything can happen with Luzardo on the mound. If you get through tonight with the piggyback store, you got your Ace Sanchez Thursday game 4, and you got Luzardo game 5. Let's take it one game at a time. But Rob cannot panic manage. He cannot panic manage. That bunt that he did in game 2 with Stott was panic managing. He has to trust his starting pitchers. He's got to trust his guys. And he can't start pitch hitting guys late in the game like he did Marsh game 1, like he did late game 2. Can't do it. Trust your guys. This is your team. This is your roster. This is the team you're ride or dying with. Run with them, and let's go win this motherfucking game of Los Angeles. Let's go take care.
Yeah, the only word I would add on that with the gutless and the heartless, I think that both of them are perfect. The only one I think I would add on, Broad, nutless. That's how this team is playing. Nutless. I mean,
yeah.
Jeez, bro. They just have no nuts.
No nuts, no guts.
No nuts, no guts. But seriously, and I don't mean that just from a physical. I mean seriously, they don't play with anything to lose. And you're right. Tonight, they're going to play with nothing to lose. And I think that that's why they're going to win. You hit the nail on the head with that. That's an exceptional point because they have nothing to lose. So they're going to just swing the bats freely tonight. And I think that that's going to play to their benefit. It really is.
No, that's what I mean, right? Like when I watch this team every single night, they come in lifeless. They have no heart. They're gutless. They're ballless. They just don't give a shit. And whatever, right? At this point, whatever, because there needs to be some serious changes. But that's a scary place to be for other teams because when this Phillies team is clicking on all cylinders, which we never know, right, Chris? I want to spread. I'm the least positive guy, but I want to spread some positivity, Chris.
Let's fucking go.
This team, this team is. I'm just telling you now. When they're lifeless and people are counting them out. They are, people are counting them out, and the back, that's a scary place for other teams to be because the Phillies are going, they're clicking on all cylinders, and guys are hitting, and now they don't have to play in front of the fans or get booed, right? That was their big issue following game 2 is getting booed at home.
Castellanos.
So, you go into Los Angeles, no fans, nothing to lose. You're down 0-2. You have nothing to really fight for, bro. That's a scary place for the Dodgers to be. You got to put some faith in the Phillies, man. They're going to lose, right? That's just where they're going to lose. But there's nothing wrong with having some delusional faith in this sorry-ass baseball team. Thank you, guys.
I got one fan.
I will say one thing. Whenever I count the Phillies out, anytime I count the Phillies out, they find a fucking way to win the next night. Anytime I call Rob Thompson an idiot, the next night he decides to make another stupid move, but somehow it works. So, I do somehow see them getting in game 5. I just don't see them winning in game 5.
Yeah, they're gonna lose it somehow. It's gonna be a heartbreaker, and it's gonna be another controversial bad call by Thompson, another bad decision by him. And we've seen that happen the last 3 years, and they've just been horrible decisions. By certain players, but also Thompson had something to do with it as well. So I think if you do lose this series, no matter how many games it goes to, I think you do move on. There's no way that Thompson stays here. There's just no way that he doesn't get buried for what he has done. This season. Just flushing away and just wasting a chance to go to the World Series. This team has a talent, and then also, they just don't right now have the motivation, and that's what really sucks about this, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no hope with them, and we might as well use it for the last time of the season. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. All right, I'm looking at the stats here of how many times Ballpark Tommy showed up during this season's Ballpark Tommy segment. and I think it might have been once or twice. So ballpark.
I think Chris has been here more.
Yeah.
Chris has been here more.
Ballpark.
He's ballpark
Where
with
are
Chris.
you? It's like, where are you, ballpark? And the thing is, if there's one game for ball, or if there's one show for ballpark to miss that I would actually give him the pass, it would probably be tonight. There's one guy in Delco that is sweating through the couch right now. You can see a sweat stain of the number 3 on the back of the couch. This guy is sweating so hard. And Harper backwards over top of it. That is how much this means to us. That is how much tonight mattered. Like, we do not want to stop putting on these hats and our pinstripe jerseys. We don't. Like, that's part of being a Philly fan. We love wearing the cherry pinstripes, love Red October. It's fucking October 8th. Are you going to tell me that it's 2 Octobers in a row now that we have gotten robbed of this? No pun intended. Philly rob. It's heartbreaking. It's inexplainable. And the players look at us, the fans, like we're the problem for being mad at them or being upset with them as a team for underperforming. Like, the audacity. You guys need to be better as a product. And I'm not saying that Dave Dombrowski doesn't do his thing. I'm not saying that the players don't do theirs. But as an organization, you need to come together as a cohesive unit to figure out what you need to do to win in October. And you haven't been able to do that the past 2 years. Your back is literally against the wall right now. The knife is at your neck. What are you going to do? Are you going to stand up and punch that motherfucker in the mouth? Or are you going to sit there and die? I like option A a lot better. And I think Philadelphia fans will too. But they need to step up. And I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about the players. Like, they need to show the fuck up. The bats need to show the fuck up. And the energy needs to be there. Because all regular season, oh, yeah, we're so good at baseball. Look at this regular season trophy. We got Harrison Bader. We got Duran. We got this. We got that. All these things. Well, guess what? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. We fucking suck right now in the playoffs. We are underperforming once again. And the knife is right here at our neck. So what are we going to do? Are we going to sit there and die? Or are we going to take that fist and punch that motherfucker in the mouth and stand up for ourselves and start breathing some life into this team?
Oh, no, we suck again.
I know. I'm waiting to share that meme, too.
Yeah.
Ballpark loves that meme.
Rob
Ballpark,
Schneider,
that's going to be the first thing he says is, we suck again. Because,
we suck again.
That's like, I mean, if they don't win, they are in full rebuild mode, I think. The only guy's job that I would say is safe is Bryce Harper. And even then, is his job really safe? Because what has he done the past 2 years? What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, right now, seeing the decline of Harper is really, really sad. And I almost feel like it's got something to do. Like, it almost feels like he's still hurt. Like, the bat just doesn't look like it's there. The confidence clearly isn't there. Like, he doesn't look like the same guy at all. And he was always a guy who was always clutch. You look at the regular season numbers, and they weren't awful. They obviously weren't Bryce Harper numbers, but yeah, he missed some games here and there, but he just doesn't look like he's there at all. And to me, I think the bigger concern is Schwarber. Like, he just looks god awful. You know, he went from being an MVP, like he's probably going to be second in the MVP race. And he doesn't even have a hit. Like, he's been awful. Not even close to anything. So, you know, these 3 guys at the top of the lineup, you know, the billion-dollar guys, they need to perform. It needs to happen. If the Philadelphia Phillies want to advance, if they want to win tonight, they need to score with those guys. The bottom of the lineup really hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been terrible. The top of the lineup, your money guys, they got to make a fucking play. They got to go out and they have to win you a ball game because that's what they're paying for.
Yeah, we heard what he said. We heard what we were talking about before, Ryan. But yeah, I mean,
if you want to call in, Ryan, feel free. The number's up.
Yeah, Castellanos is a disgrace. I'll just tell you that. That's what we were really saying, Ryan. But yeah, I mean, Chris is right though. I mean, if you can't get these hitters going, you can't get Bryce going, you can't get Kyle Schwarber going, you can't get Trey Turner going, and it's not going to matter if Christopher Sanchez has a great day or if Jesus Luzardo has a stupendous day pitching, because you need your star players to hit. I mean, that's what they did in the regular season. But right now, they are just choking. And right now, they are looking like cowards. And it really sucks because I can't stand Dodgers fans. Not all of them, but there are a lot of Dodgers fans that just piss me off. And it's really annoying because, I mean, just to see them really just like be like that, like toxic and annoying. It's just, it really is like really annoying in general. So, I mean, like, I mean, there's nothing else to explain it that way. So I want to beat the Dodgers so much, but right now this team is giving me not much hope, especially with these two past games. As we were saying before, can they come back and win this? Yeah, but it's tough though. I mean, the way that the potential that we're seeing, which isn't much, it's hard to believe in this team. It really is hard to believe in this product right now and in the future as well. So honestly, if it was up to me to offer Kyle Schwarber a contract, it's almost like watching Tobias Harris again. Like, I mean, it almost is like that. Like with the Sixers, I would like Tobias Harris would be great in the regular season for the Sixers, but then it would come down to the playoffs and the postseason, and he would be nowhere to be found. And that's what's happening right now with Kyle Schwarber, and it's sickening to watch. It really is.
Very, very good comparison there, Kyle Schwarber to Tobias Harris.
Well, I mean, like not in general. I'm just saying, like with
I really think it's a good comparison.
Yeah,
like in general. I mean, I guess Kyle Schwarber's a little bit better in regular season this year.
Yeah, obviously,
but,
yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, in general, they're kind of similar.
Yeah, when it comes to the postseason, both of them really just they choke and they're nowhere to be found. They're hiding in the corner, and it's just it's infuriating because you're both guys you're paying great
I'm
money.
in the corner watching you kiss.
Yeah, that song.
We're going back to
the Phillies.
Song,
They're in the corner watching their fucking team win another game.
Yeah.
They got
the Phillies just again and again, same shit, different day. And if you guys want to call in and talk about the Phillies or anything else on your mind, let us know. But let's go ahead and take it into the rink with the man, the myth, the legend, Josh.
He shoots, he scores! Time for slap shots with Zep. Flyers talk from 302 Birds.
All right, so I'm also looking at the stats here for Zep, and he has not been here on. No, I'm kidding. It's the start of the season. I can't bust your balls on that one, Zep. I had to.
We might have a stat for that, though.
Penalty flag out of there, but Orange and Black is back, baby. We are here. The Flyers are ready to play some hockey, and I think somebody said in the comments that made me laugh. The Flyers are the most exciting team potentially in Philadelphia right now. Like, they could be a very good franchise for Philly, like long-term. Like, they're young. They're fun. Wells Fargo is pretty much their domain now with the Sixers and everything that they got going on. They run the show. So I just feel like the Flyers are going to be on the up and up this year. And come May or April, I think that we could be getting ready to watch some postseason hockey that might be really meaningful, or at least a couple meaningful games, which is a way bigger step in the right direction compared to where the Flyers were a couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if you could put them in front of the Eagles. I don't think you could do that.
Not the Eagles, but maybe soon the Phillies, if the Phillies keep up their shit, and the Sixers undoubtedly. I think that they already got empty. Yeah. It is like the two photo. Remember the meme that I made? I have to repost that, where I should say Flyers and Sixers gearing up for the season. And it's these two idiots wrestling on a trash can dumpster. That's basically two trash teams getting ready for the season, and the Flyers and the Sixers.
Pretty much. But Xfinity Mobile Arena is going to be definitely their domain for sure. But I mean, like, they definitely got to figure out some things for sure. And I mean, honestly, it's going to be kind of a rebuilding for them in general. It already is a rebuild for them. But they definitely have some talent. They have some young talent, and it's going to be exciting. So hopefully Flyers hockey is back, and the orange and the black is going to be exciting again, because I would love to see that.
Yeah, to me, sometimes nothing is more exciting than a team that's got zero expectations out there. You know, you got some new guys in here. You got a new coach in here. See what these guys can do. I mean, I'm not expecting playoffs or anything like that, but if they make it, it's awesome. So it's one of those things where it's like, let's see what they do. I think they're going to be exciting at times because they got some young guys. You bring in Zegras, who is a human highlight tape. You got Michkov, who's a human highlight tape. They're going to make mistakes defensively. They still don't have a goaltender. But at times, they're going to be a fun team to watch, and at times, I could see them ripping off 6 or 7 straight wins. You can also see them ripping off 6 or 8 straight losses. But that's the type of thing when you get a young hockey team like this. It should be a fun thing, a fun product to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will be. I'm very excited to see where it goes. But get ready for the orange and the black, because they are certainly back. But we had a little bit of a leaders meeting going on this week, which I found interesting. I guess it was AJ, Saquon, Jalen Hurts, and I would assume Devontae Smith was probably invited to that meeting, just being a member of the team. But the big three, let's talk about it. I mean, I think that this is a good thing. It's funny because all it takes for the Eagles and the team to call a meeting is one loss. And a loss in a game that I would say was close, but they shouldn't have lost. It makes me happy. It really does, because it shows that this team has their shit together. They understand that it's a short week. You play a game tomorrow night against the Giants. We'll see how that goes. If you guys are listening to this on Friday, I'm going to assume we probably have a win, or anytime after the game Thursday, a.k.a. tomorrow night when we're recording this. But I'm happy that the team does this. This shows a growth mindset, in my opinion. It shows that they are willing to hold each other accountable, and that the players are not going to stand. Not just the team, but the players are not going to stand for underperforming. So I was really happy when I saw this, and it made me smile.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing this team desperately needs. It's just to beat the shit out of a team.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see them rolling into New York tomorrow night and put up 40 points. Just absolutely dominate. Like, I want to see them smiling, having fun, celebrating. I don't know if it's going to happen, just because I feel like their offensive line's really fucked up right now. They're facing a really good defensive line, so it's going to be tough for them to throw the football and run the football again. But they need to have some fun. They put in way too much expectations on themselves, and I get it at some point, but I think they need to calm down a little bit and just settle in and have some fun.
Yeah, I think definitely the Giants games are those games where we've seen them in the past have some fun for sure. And I think it definitely is good that they were able to regroup as a team. I mean, really, the three main guys that really keep the ship together, I feel like, on this team. They really hold the glue together, if you want to say that as well. Because, I mean, you need Jalen and AJ in sync. And right now, in general, they haven't been in sync. And it really has been hurting the Eagles. I mean, especially in this game. In general, though, I mean, they've been able to win games. But, yeah, I mean, you should have never lost that game against the Broncos. And that definitely is a red flag. That definitely is a game that you do have to go back and regroup, and you have to go back and realize, okay, what did we do wrong? What can we do next time we have a situation like this? And so we can't have this happen again like this, where a team who is definitely way worse than us, a team that does not have as much talent as us, is able to have, I think it was like, we were up 17-3. They were able to come back in the fourth quarter and then beat us by 3 points. I think 4 points, actually. Yeah, I think it was 4 points. So, I mean, it is disgraceful. But you know what, though? They are taking accountability. And I think it's great that we thought at first that AJ and Jalen just weren't talking. But this is a good sign that they do want to regroup. They do want to get back on track. And I think they just want to win. So they definitely know what it takes to win. And I mean, they've won a freaking Super Bowl. They just did. So they want to be able to be in that kind of conversation once again. So the season isn't over. I know people were freaking out and everything like that. I was pissed initially with the game and the outcome, but then I kind of thought about it and I was like, you know what, though? This could be the loss they kind of need for them to be even better than they could have been. So you know what, maybe it was for the best. So you know what, we'll take it right now. I mean, we'll take it one step at a time. And honestly, this team will bounce back. I think so. No doubt.
Yeah. And what a real gut wrencher that was. I mean, on Sunday, 21-17. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I certainly didn't. And it was just a depressing loss.
Yeah.
Nobody, I think, would have said going into the season, hey, the Eagles are going to lose to the Broncos, right? Like, that just wasn't on our radar. We had a couple other Packers were one of mine. The Rams, I truly thought we were going to lose that Rams game before. You can ask KJ. I'm not making that up. But I had a feeling. But I did not expect it to be this game. However, I will say, now that all is said and done, it honestly might be a good thing. Like, I know it's a gut-wrenching loss, but the Eagles were getting a little bit too high on their high horse, I would say. Sometimes you need to get knocked down a little bit to see where you're at. And I think that was kind of where they were at. The Eagles just needed a reality check a little bit. And I think that this will be a reality check. Like, as a result of this loss, you saw that there was a leaders meeting. Would there have been a leaders meeting if this was a win? Probably not. So sometimes you need to get knocked down to get back up. I mean, that Redskins loss last year, same thing, same kind of shitty feeling in our stomach. We weren't happy about it. We were like, oh, yeah, we shouldn't have lost that game. Sometimes you need that. Look at the Chiefs right now. At least we aren't them. They just lost to the Jaguars, for God's sake. So we're in really good shape.
Yeah, Captain Duval was having a cup of tea.
Oh, he's having a cup of tea, not a beer to celebrate, just having a cup of tea.
I mean, I don't know. I was just.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to shout Z Train on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, Z Train.
And it's like they had just won their first game in God knows how long. We just lost our first game in God knows how long. And just like it felt like it was so long since we had lost a game that it's like it was you didn't know how to feel almost, because it's like we're just so used to this team was a machine. Like, we're watching probably the best Eagles football ever. And they lost a game by 4 points in a game that they had a strip sack that was taken away from them, a couple of pass interference calls that weren't called. You had some intentional groundings that were picked up. They didn't lose because of the refs, but they had a big outcome in the game. And I think the Broncos are probably a better team than people are giving them credit for. I think Bo Nix is actually a pretty good quarterback. And I think they have a veteran coach over there. They're going to win some games. They're probably going to be a playoff team. So this is one of those losses where if you look back at the end of the season, it's like, oh, okay, they lost to the Broncos, whatever. And I think if we look at it like if this loss would have been to the Rams, I feel like we would have had a whole different outlook on it. And like, it's the Rams, they're fine. But I really don't see this as that bad of a loss. Now, looking back on it, I mean, obviously in the moment I wanted everybody dead and fired, and that's just how I am. But I'm not too worried. I mean, I'll be worried if they come out and they're flat again on offense this week. The defense doesn't worry me that much. It's the offense right now that they look like that same offense a couple years ago that just couldn't get things rolling, and that terrifies me.
Yeah, that is concerning.
It definitely, I mean, from my point of view at the game, it definitely was out of nowhere. It really was. And there were some Broncos fans in our section, and they were just happy to score some points. They did not think they were coming back in the game at all. And I was like, to them, I was like, well, you know what, though? I mean, you just never know, because right now the Eagles are right now the Eagles are playing sloppy. And in the second half, they look like a totally different team. So I was like, I want to count out your team right now. And I mean that's what I was thinking in my head as well. So it was mind-boggling to see how everything transpired, all the penalties that transpired as well, them picking up an intentional grounding, which I didn't even think was even a thing you can do. I didn't even think you could do. Once it's intentional grounding, I always thought, you know what, that's the call then. That's the penalty. You can't pick it up or anything like that. And they didn't even announce it either. They honestly, we were like, what the heck happened? They didn't even be like, you're picking up the intentional grounding. We got a call. Speaking of call.
Call from.
Please.
Hey, who we got?
Who do you think you got?
Yo, what's up, Cheese? What's going
up,
on,
buddy?
Cheese? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad. What you got on the mind, Cheese? I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Oh, I got plenty on my mind.
What you got? What you got?
Are we on like stream or something?
Yes.
No, we're just talking to ourselves.
Is this like a radio? Like, am I on the radio right now?
Yeah, you're on 302 Birds, like a sports radio.
No way.
So Philly Sports
Well,
Talk.
listen.
So what you got on your mind, Cheese?
Listen, I didn't call to talk about the Birds, all right? I think they're going to be just fine. I'm
Okay.
here to talk about the Titans.
Yep.
Let's go,
Fighting.
Cheese. You think they're going to fight tonight? Hype us up, Cheese.
The Titans are in desperate need of a spark, and I'm here to bring it.
Let's go.
Come on, Cheese.
On the
let's go.
road, West Coast, Game 3, do or die, win or go home. I'm probably going to watch tonight, whole
There you
game,
go.
and I think my effect is going to help them win the game.
The cheese effect, right, KJ?
Oh yeah, the cheese effect. That's right.
cheese
It's
effect.
real. It's real. You can ask our buddy Mikey D. It's real. It definitely is. So the cheese effect.
Now I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised because every time I bet on something, I jinx it. And I have not bet on the Phillies yet. And I'm not saying I'm betting on them.
Well, please
Bet on the
don't.
Dodgers.
Give it
Bet
at
on the
least until
Dodgers.
Game 5.
Yeah, he
If the Phillies go to
sometimes
Game
will
5,
bet on some teams. Yeah.
if the Phillies go to Game 5, I'm gonna put $100 on the Dodgers.
That's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That's what I did.
Yep.
That way the Phillies advance.
I like the way Cheese thinks. Cheese, if you could say one thing to like the team tonight in the locker room, is there anything you would say to these guys? Because we had people call them gutless. We had people call them heartless. And I think they're right. I even called them fucking nutless. So is there anything that you would say to this team to hype these guys up?
Man, that's a great question. I would probably tell them to pull the bats out of their asses, lock the fuck in,
Yep.
and hit some fucking dingers.
Yo, Phillies,
Wait for
I
the
think we
fence
found
to
your new
start.
manager for next year. Get Rob Thompson out of here. Cheese for manager.
Oh yeah. Cheese knows what he's talking about with baseball. He definitely does. So you don't want to piss him off. And right now the Phils are pissing him off. So
That's right. I'll tell you what, the state of Pennsylvania failed us last weekend.
they did. I know. Oh boy. Yes, they did.
State College,
Yeah. That's right.
Birds,
Yeah, I know.
but I wouldn't be surprised if the Birds go on another 20-game win streak.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Well, Cheese, we're actually
They
getting
need
ready
to
to get
get-
into our Giants preview for tomorrow night. Do you want to give us a take for tomorrow night? We always do this thing for Balboa Steaks called our knockout take, where we give a crazy hot take basically for tomorrow's night game, like Saquon 3 touchdowns, AJ 2. Is there
Ooh.
anything that you think that could be a hot take for tomorrow's night game with the Birds and Giants?
So FYI though, he's not a Birds fan.
Oh, really? Who's your team, Cheese?
He's a Patriots fan.
Hey, Drake May's the future.
Yeah, he's a
All right,
loyal
well,
Pats
Chief,
fan. He's
if
been
you
a
had to
Pats
pick
fan
it,
since he
I
was
will
young.
say
Yeah.
you probably hate
Drake
the
May's
Giants
better than
then,
Tom
being a
Brady.
Patriots fan. You hate the Eagles too, I would assume, but you probably hate the Giants a little bit more, I would hope. So do you have a hot take for
honestly,
He
tomorrow's
doesn't
night
hate the
game?
Eagles, really.
I'm not gonna lie to say about the last 3 years or so. I kind of like the Eagles.
Yeah, he
They're
doesn't hate the Eagles. I told you, he doesn't hate them.
I used to,
Yeah.
but Jalen's a dog. I love Barkley. AJ
course.
Brown grew up a Pats fan.
Yep.
Speaking of hot takes, my hot take for tomorrow night: AJ Brown has over 150 yards.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
take it to the bank, cheese.
Bucket.
Let's go. I love that.
Well, Cheese, we appreciate you calling in, man. You got to keep calling in. Save this number in your phone. We'll be live
Absolutely.
tonight after the Phillies game if you want to come to group therapy or the celebration, either way, okay?
Oh yeah, buddy. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, Cheese.
see you,
Have a good
Cheese.
night, bro.
Peace, brother.
Talk to you guys.
The Cheese Effect. The
That's right.
Cheese Effect.
That is legendary right there. The cheese man. Oh man. I'm so pumped he called in Uncle Cheese himself. Oh,
Anybody
man.
that's a friend of Rome or a friend of Mikey D and, of course, a friend of Mac is a friend
Yeah.
of mine. But hearing that
Yeah.
Cheese knows those people was the only stamp of approval I needed. But I can't pick. I got another call, and I can't pick this one up just because my laptop's going to die. So whoever's calling in, I got to get you later on the next show. But
Why
I
don't you
got
put
to
your
get our
charger
intro
in?
for Balboa Steaks because we do have an obligation we got to uphold to them. So let's go ahead and hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the Knockout Punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
Like I said, whoever just called in, my apologies. My laptop's going to die. That's why we're speeding through the show. But save the number and come to the Phillies post-game show later, and we will get you on there. But we got the knockout punch with our knockout takes by Balboa Steaks, the best cheesesteaks in Delaware. And I like cheeses. I like that with the A.J. Brown. So I'm going to go ahead and couple that 150 yards with 2 touchdowns, I think. I think 2 touchdowns will be coming through for A.J. Brown. That's going to be my hot take this week. KJ, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great prediction by Cheese, for sure. I mean, AJ, he did have a better game last week. He definitely did. So I do feel like things are on the come up for AJ Brown. I definitely do agree with that take. So I do think the passing game, it did improve last week, even though we didn't win. Jalen had 280 yards passing. I'm pretty sure it was 280 yards passing, if I'm not mistaken. He had one of his best games passing this season. I think his most games passing. So that was awesome to see him do that. But unfortunately, they couldn't get the win. I think we see Dallas Goedert have another huge game. I mean, not a huge game. I mean, he had a touchdown last week. I think we see him have an 80-yard game in this game, and he's going to have 2 touchdowns. So I think Goddard's going to have a pretty big day. He seems like he always goes off in the Giants, and I think he's going to have one of those really big breakout games. So if you have him on fantasy, I say start him because I'm definitely starting him probably over Mark Andrews. I know that sounds crazy, but guess what? The Ravens don't have a quarterback right now. Cooper Rush, you can't really rely on him. So you know what? I'm starting Dallas Goedert, and I think he will have a breakout game for the Birds.
Chris, what do you got?
Well, Landon Dickerson is out. Cam Jurgens is still hurt. My hot take is that Dexter Lawrence is going to have 2+ sacks.
Oh, boy.
I am terrified of that Giants defensive line. They added Abdul Carter. They're already really good. Our offensive line hasn't played that well. And that's my biggest worry. That might be the biggest shortfall of the Philadelphia Eagles so far this year is their offensive line. Everything's built off of that. That's why Saquon hasn't been great. That's why the passing game hasn't been great. It all stems on the offensive line. And when you got 2 all-pros hurt, not great. So I hope it doesn't happen, but my hot take is that Dexter Lawrence will have 2+ sacks.
Hey, it makes total sense. I get it. But that's all we got for you guys this week on the show. I just want to wrap it up there because my laptop is going to die soon. And we also have got to get ready for the Phillies playoff game. What do you got, Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
I know we don't have a graphic for it, but shout out to the Union for winning the Supporter Shield.
That's right.
One fucking team in the city doing anything. So shout out to the Union.
Their second.
Oh, yes,
Supporter
there you
Shield.
go. So we did talk some kind of soccer on this show. Shout out to the Union for being the only team that shows up. Conrad, shout out to you as well for dropping the hot take. We appreciate you, man. Make sure you go down to Balboa Steaks to get the best cheesesteak in Delaware and celebrate with the best way possible. But other than that, that's all we got for you guys this week. I hope everybody has a great and safe, fun week. Since Josh and Jack aren't here, I'll go ahead and do the honors. Hey, Josh, it's not an intro. It's an outro. Hit that motherfucking outro.
What we got? 302BIRDS, Gino Stinks. Go Birds. Oh my gosh, Chad.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.